Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Now, as you can see, as you saw from the title, I played Netflix's Too Hot to Handle game, and I have never watched this show. Of course, I have a Netflix subscription. I mean, that's how you need a Netflix subscription to be able to play the game. We'll talk about Netflix games a lot more later. I feel like people are really sleeping on them. They are great, and they are probably the best thing in the gaming market right now. But so this is going to be an interesting review, and if you've watched the show, you probably noticed the ignorance in my voice. But let's just get into it. I want to divide this video into like 3 sections. I have the just the general things about the game, then the stuff that I liked, stuff that I did not like. So let's get into it. Now, first thing about not entirely like a long game. It's an interactive story game. So I have dabbled into interactive stories at some point. Thimbleweed Park, Choices, the good ones, actually the actual good ones, like Blade of Light and Shadow. And I mean, if you are a Choices reader, you can probably relate to what I'm saying. So it's an interactive interactive story choice based game, like kind of like America's Most Eligible in Choices, but this one is based on the Netflix's Too Hot to Handle reality show. Now in this game, it kind of has that Choices fingerprint to it. The tap to continue, the kind of dialogue and everything just has that Choices flair to it. So that is it. And the game is not that long. It's just about 5 hours long, and that's just like a really good kind of like time frame for a game, right? Stuff that I liked the comedy. I feel like the comedy in the game was actually really good. The characters really came to life in the story, their reactions, their dialogue, everything. And even when they make jokes, the jokes were actually funny. And for a show, a game based on a show that centered around trying not to have to break any intimacy rules in the house, it just kind of like makes sense that they will be like adult comedy. But the adult comedy is made in such a way that it's not juvenile, it's not cheap, it's not something that you just like hear from a sleazeball and stuff. And it's completely free, like I said, no ads, no in-app purchases. I liked all of those about it. There are no choices locked behind paywalls, even choices which you can say are quite relaxed when it comes to their pay to win or pay to enjoy model. They still lock some choices behind paywalls. They still lock some outfits behind paywalls. Baby diamonds, unlike episodes which not even like any special choice. Literally every reasonable choice that makes sense is locked behind a paywall, and they're just kind of like guilt baiting and emotional baiting you to actually spend on their game. Okay, and even if you are not a fan of visual novels or interactive stories or just even novels in general, it's actually still pretty fun. It's pretty enjoyable. I myself, I'll not exactly call myself a fan of novels or even movies. I can't say I'm a fan of gaming, but for a Netflix game, there's this whole Netflix thing, like when the Netflix game comes out, there's going to be somebody gay in there. There's anything Netflix, I'm going to have all this LGBTQ stuff all over it. Now there is a character in there that is non-binary, and there's not really any pressure on you to have a love interest in that person or like try to romance that person in the story or anything. It's just there as a character that you like to interact, and it's really fun. There is not, in fact, whether you are playing as a male or female or non-binary or whatever, you are not forced to romance any gender or anything. So there's no LGBTQ, like I don't want to call it propaganda now, but I'm not shoving it in your face, if you understand what I'm saying. And honestly, if I had to make just wild guess a reason why Netflix actually made this game, it's to get people interested in the show. And to be honest, it has worked, because now I finished the game. I finished it in a matter of like 2 days. Now I'm done with it, and I actually now want to watch this show and see what it's about. Now, for the things that I do not like, number one is that not necessary that I don't like it, but kind of like something that things that hold the game down is number one is that it's definitely not a game for kids. It's not directed at kids, at least upper teenagers, sure, but like definitely not kids. You don't want to like expose kids to stuff about all of that. And sometimes the way the game plays out is not just realistic. For example, if your character has a crush on a person, and while you're just like making a dialogue or a monologue rather with yourself in the game, and you just kind of just wish that maybe the host of the show sends you on a date with this your crush or somebody. Now the host has not heard what you say. You're not even saying it loud, you're just thinking it. And it almost always happens when there is anything that is going to come up. It almost always happens. And this is a game on a show that there are about 12 people with some others joining later, and almost everybody likes your character. Almost everybody is interested in dating your character and romancing your character. And I honestly don't feel like that's realistic at all. I don't feel like that's realistic. But yeah, those are just the things that's all that I feel like I don't really like about the game. But Netflix is too hot to handle. If you have not tried it, if you have watched the series, then you should definitely play the game. And if you have not watched it but you have a Netflix subscription, then what are you doing? Try it out and see. You probably like it. I mean, I didn't think I would like it, and I did. So yeah, there's that. It's good, it's fun, it's enjoyable. You will like it. So that's it. Subscribe for more, and bye.